Amanda Mae with Ardith Design. Welcome back to my channel. It is February 2019. I survived the polar vortex here on the east coast of the United States. And oh boy, have I been sequestered in my home for the last week, and now everything is thawing, the snow is melting, and temperatures got up above freezing. So I am so incredibly happy. The kids, I don't know if you hear like screaming in the background. I'm filming on Sunday, and I usually release my videos on Wednesday, but between editing, doing my closed captioning, adding the description, everything, it takes me a couple days. I have 2 kids under the age of 4. So it's been an adventure, to say the least. Cabin fever is at an all-time high. And what can I say? I am happy to be here. I feel very, very, very grateful that my heat stayed on, my electricity stayed on, and that we're safe. I called the in-laws that are out in the Midwest and checked on them. What do they say? Wellness check. And they're okay. They stayed in their homes. And I just hope that all of you were in the United States and Canada were safe and secure. This is a rough time of year. I did get a minor acquisition, a little bit of haul before the polar vortex set in last week that I'm going to show you. I have some new releases. I'll give you a hint. One of them is right up there. And I was able to work really heavily and publish a book this week. So stick around to see that. I started 2 new stitches that I can show you. Not my model stuff or patterns, because shh, that's a surprise. I'm excited. As you can see, my hair is growing out, but I'm in that like difficult in-between stage where it's too short for a bobby pin and too long to really do anything else. So I might look disheveled for the next couple of months. Please bear with me. I have on my Tinker Toy Hallmark Valentine. Don't tinker with your true love. Who doesn't love Tinker Toys? I have some of my Valentine's Day stuff up and displayed. The sun is out. Life is good. And again, I am so grateful that you decided to come and spend some time with me. This community, this Flosstube community, Counted Cross Stitch, the fiber arts community as a whole is just spectacular. And I say that from the deepest part of my heart. I never explained really how grateful and loved I feel in this community. And I know I had said a couple times that I'm new to cross stitching. And what got me into cross stitching was Flosstube, was you guys, guys, gals, stitching friends. I woke up in the back of an ambulance. I was pregnant with my 2nd child, and I almost died. I had had a spontaneous eclamptic seizure. And I survived, and my kids survived. Well, I ended up getting sick after, and then I got a infection from the hospital. It was a whole big thing. But in my recovery, the one comfort that I had was cross-stitching. And I feel like this art form came to me during a troubling time, and it helped to transform my life for the better and for the positive. And for all of you, thank you so much for your friendship and your community and the Instagram posts. I mean, people just flooding my feed with gorgeous stitching and inspiration. I know that I have a lot more to learn, and I'm excited to do so. I'm excited to be alive, and I know I've said that several times before, and I just take every day as a gift. With stitching friends in mind, and with the start of the retreat season, I know many of you have already started a retreat planning, you know, back last year for this year, but I know Dying to Stitch just posted their new retreat coming up all around the country and the world, stitching retreats, and I thought about all the lifelong friends you all make. I can't travel yet because, again, logistics of 2 small children, it just doesn't work out. Maybe next year I'll go to market or a retreat or something, but in the meantime, I thought about what would I want to have as a stitcher, going places and meeting people. And even thank you for the kind stitching mail that I have received from all of you. And I thought about, yes, we live in an era of smartphones and electronic databases and the cloud and all that good stuff where we can keep our data, but it's really nice to have a paper form of an address book, basically. And so that's what I made. This book, it's a 9x6. This is all my original artwork, and I wanted to make a book that you can put down your stitching friends. I arranged it. It's got 120 pages, and there's on 2 pages or 2 spaces for two contacts per page, and it's double-sided. It's on a cream paper, and you can't, the paper isn't thick enough to use like the fancy gel pens, but a pencil, and I suggest always using a pencil for address books because you never know when someone moves, changes their phone number, changes their address, you know, business URL, all that jazz. So in here, I put a space, again, for your name, for who is it, their social media handle. So my name is Amanda Mae, so you could put Amanda Mae, and then social media handle would be Ardith Design. Email address, your YouTube channel, and I put YouTube in general instead of Flosstube because many people have YouTube channels that might not necessarily deal with counted cross stitch, but knitting, fiber arts, weaving, all of that good stuff. Facebook, Instagram, I put streaming down. I know several of you amazing stitchers are on Twitch and you stream live. And if you're on Periscope, Skype, if you're basically the general streaming services. So there's a space to put your website or your handle, and then I have a space for your website, your blog, birthday or important dates. A lot of stitchers, we don't want to say when our birthdays are. Well, my birthday is this month, and I'm going to be turning another year older. Until then, I'm enjoying 364 days of unbirthdays, a very, very unbirthday to me. And then I put in a space for how did we meet? So if you're going to stitching retreats and there's all these people and you're just trying to kind of sort out, okay, who was Karen and who was Allie and who was Fiddlesticks and who was Gobbled, you're just like, who are all the, you could put down, how did we meet? Did we meet at a retreat? Did we meet on Flosstube? Are we going to meet? So there's a note for that. Favorite stitching things. It got me thinking about all the Flosstubers, and they all have their thing, right? Pam and Steph likes the hippopotamuses. She said she wants to have like a lemon kitchen. So that's something fun that I could put down for Steph. For me, I love pugs, sustainability. I love Valentine's Day, and I don't know, I love all the things. So you could put that Amanda Mae, she loves all the things. So I have favorite stitching things, and then fun friend facts. Something fun about this new stitching friend, or new to you stitching friend. Something maybe non-stitching related or stitching related, however you feel. There's a couple lines for that. And of course, your actual physical, your mailing address, if you do share it with your friend. So obviously some contacts You might not use all of this. In other contacts, you're like, I need extra pages, there's so much. But this, it's got enough space for 200 friends. It's not alphabetized because you don't want to presume. I think you put it in as you go. And that's how I organized it. And I'm going to start using mine from all of the stitchy kindness that I've received. Thank you. And I hope you all love it. I have this, I'll put the link below. Okay. Thank you for tuning into that. What should we talk about now? We should talk about what I'm stitching this week. Okay. I started the Sweetheart Tree Don't Bug Me When I'm Stitching pattern. And I got the border in and I love it. It calls for a limited edition gentle art, and it was called Noel, and it's heavily variegated. It's got a burgundy into a yellow, gold into a deep green, and they said, you know, finish each stitch to maximize the variegation, and it is gorgeous, and I love it. And I've got to see with gentle art if they still carry that color, because I love it. That heavy variegated look, I just love it. It does mean that you need to finish each full stitch rather than going like row by row, but I mean, how pretty is that as an accent? And it's on, it was a full kit. It came with all the goodies. It came with, I need to edit that out. I didn't mean to show the pattern. Anyway, it came with all the goodies and the embellishments and the ladybugs and the beads and all the things. So I started that. And then the next project I started is from Lottie Da. It's the Briar Rabbit. And it's a little sampler. And I love it. I love Easter. I love spring. And with that, of course, I didn't have any of the colors. So I just started grabbing my Victorian Motto sampler shop, gentle art, DMC. What is it? You stitch from stash. So I started my stitch from stash, and I started it on the Lakeside linen. This is the Dill, 36 count linen. I don't know. I got a bunch of it. Got it from Kitten Stitcher's store. Let me see what, Edinburgh, yeah, Dill. As you can see, I'm too afraid to cut it. It's so gorgeous. So I got that. And I stitch in hand, so I just kind of roll it up and start and go. So I have BC, and I started the border, and a little rabbit. He's only got one ear so far. I got to go back in. I got to fill him in. And I really like the purple that I substituted. I'm not sure if so I have those two pieces here. If I'm gonna do the flowers, the purple all the way around, or if I'm gonna keep the purple up here and then do like a pink and then the purple down here. I don't know what the mood will bring. See what the day brings, right? So those are the two things that I started stitching during this heinous polar vortex. Whew, was it a hot mess? Oh, and then, I don't know if you can see up there. Let me see if I can move. I have, and of course I can't, real life. Oh, I have my new start. Not my new start, my new finish. It is, it's my Peacefully Plum pattern. Oh, I hope I didn't rock the boat too much there, okay? It's my Peacefully Plum pattern, and I stitched it on 36 count Baby's Breath linen, also from Kitten Stitcher's store, and I love it. I stitched it in DMC, and it is based on the gorgeous flower arrangements, the Ikebana floral arrangements from Japan. And I was thinking about orange blossoms and plum blossoms and spring coming. And the one thing about cross stitch is that there's always seems to be some sort of bouquet or some floral motif in samplers. And so I really thought about deconstructing that down and then letting the one floral arrangement be the standalone, basically. So at first I had actually put in the whole alphabet, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and I had a bunch of motifs, and I went, no, stop, and then I stripped it all back and left just the arrangement, and I love it. It was a joy to stitch. The pot of the arrangement is in a plum, DMC plum, and then the variations thereafter on the flowers. And the flowers are not cherry blossoms, they're just abstract looking flowers and branches. I can't like pinpoint and say definitively like that is an orange blossom, but I liked the simplicity and abstract nature of it. And here is, you can get this, and I'll put the link below. I have it available on digital download, or if you want a paper copy of this, I have this in my eBay store right now. So I'll put both links below. So that's what I'm up to this week. I also have my Valentine's Day stuff. I just love Valentine's Day. And after Valentine's Day, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna put up any St. Patrick's Day stuff or just go right on into Easter. I have these gorgeous Vera Newman. I collect Vera Newman scarves. Anyway, they came out with a new thing of Vera Newman linens. And I have this gorgeous, gorgeous daffodil Vera Newman tablecloth, and I'm hoping I can put it out without like tiny hands ripping down. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, great plans. Whether I execute it or not is a different story. Oh, so mail call this week was I got my book in the mail from the publisher, so I was really happy about that. And my other mail call for this week is I got my sample pack, because somebody's gonna start designing some goodies. I have known about this company for 11 years. They started in 2008, and I have a pretty epic blogger friend who's been doing it since like 2009. Like, she is hardcore. So a decade later, I'm finally gonna dip my toe in and see what happens. And so I got their sample pack, and I ordered, and it gave me all of their different fabrics and what the colors and everything, what everything looks like. And I'm gonna make this happen this year. I don't believe in resolutions, but I believe in making all the things, so we'll see what happens. Again, I'm really excited. I reached out to Michelle Garrett, a Bindi Stitchy, and I asked permission from her this last week if it would be okay for me to put her phrase, "keep sprinkling that stitchy kindness," on a notebook. And she was like, yes, of course, put it on a notebook. And can we put it on a t-shirt too? And I said, yes, Michelle, we can put it on a t-shirt. So I put that phrase on a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt and a short sleeve shirt. And I couldn't just put the phrase, right? Because hashtag make all the things. I ended up doing an original drawing of a donut because, again, Michelle like loves donuts, even though she said she hasn't eaten a donut in like 2 years or 2 months or over 30 days. She hasn't had a donut, but she loves them. And I, like, if my kid is napping on me and I'm stitching, like, I'll watch a Stitch With Me or I'll watch Flosstube. And Michelle's video, she was talking about how she got a needle minder and it had like a cute little animal inside a donut, and she said now the only thing that she's missing is an armadillo inside of a donut. And I said, yup, I can do that. So I created a special Michelle Garrett, Armadillo in a Donut. Keep sprinkling that Stitchy Kindness art piece for Michelle. I have it in the t-shirts right now, and we're gonna get it on a notebook, and I'm so excited, and maybe we'll do some other stuff with it. Maybe. Oh, I love it. 2019 is gonna be epic, and I'm excited. So should we talk about haul? Yeah. Let's talk about my acquisitions and my Save the Stitches. Yeah, we should do that. Okay. I have been holding on to this for several years, and thank you so much, everyone, for telling me that this is like chicken scratch because it's on gingham. So I have this cute little picnic dough bowl pillow. I think this is gonna go out for my 4th of July display. I thought this was really cool. I just got this. Okay, so do you see my love token, my Fractor Birds love token up there? Look at this. This was not planned. Talk about serendipitous. I finished the bird love token, what, 3 weeks ago? Then I got this one. Look at that little bird on the dark fabric, on the token, stitched, like every... Anyway. Then I have this little pillow, and this is candle wicking. And this looks like it came from a kit. They didn't candle wick this side, so you can see the stamped fabric that shows where you do your knots. So that, I'm gonna put that with my Valentine's display, along with my ruffle, along with my ruffle piece. I love it. I'm so glad that you all love it as much as I love it, because I love this. Now I just need to wear some like shoulder pads and some ruffles and like my scarf, and yeah. Okay, and my next piece I got, and I haven't cleaned this little Christmas towel, and it's got some fun stitching, and I liked the little sequins that they put. Oh. My husband's got the kids, so we're doing this video, excuse me. All right, I got this little ornament. It's a little staircase, and then I always like when you see the door with the side lights. You know, the side lights matter too. I got this little pouch thing, and it's got embroidery with the butterfly, and that's on with the denim. I have a bunch of denim I'd like to repurpose. I love the sustainable insulation they're doing with denim fabric now, but I don't know. I think I'd love to do, I don't know, like cushion covers in denim, or make a picnic blanket in denim. But then I gotta get the right needle for my sewing machine, and I'm not there yet. Here is a little apple pillow on Ada. It's really cute. Little doll baby pillow. I think we might put this with the dollhouse miniature stuff. We'll see. Oh, I got some epic dollhouse miniature stuff, and I didn't bring it to show you in this video, but I may or may not have put the my miniature pretzels that Allie sent. Thank you so much. On the little miniature plate. It's really cute. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, and then I got this set of the angels. And then to make the angels really firm, they starch them and iron them. So I don't want to clean these, because then the starch will go, and anyway, like this one right here, so I'm not really sure. I'm at an impasse. I don't starch. I'm not a starcher. No, maybe I need to learn how to starch. I don't know. And then there's just some other like random remnant stuff that I found. So that's some of my Save the Stitches. And oh, I got this little piece last month. I don't know. I got it, and I had been thinking about what to do with a lot of my vintage needlework pieces that are like, that basically they call it cutter fabric or the cutter embroidery, where it's not good enough to display as a whole, but you can cut it up and either make it into quilts or aprons or wall hangings or little kitty cats. And look at this, somebody made this. Now it is yellowed and stained, and I don't know how I'm gonna clean it. As you see, this is dirty. Somebody hand stitched this down, and it feels like, and it looks like from underneath that they used a cereal box cardboard, and then it's got the fluff in it. So I don't wanna, I don't know, but look at that little kitty cat. So here is an idea for utilizing your embroidery pieces and your maybe cross stitch. This looks like it was part of a tablecloth at one point. I was thinking it'd be really fun to draft a pattern and make a little pug. And I don't know, I just have all the ideas, right? So many ideas, so little time. And then, oh, okay, this is a creepy factor alert, okay? Creepy, heads up, creepy. I found this battery operated toy. Okay, it's creepy. Are you ready? And he roller skates and he sings. His eyes don't light up, but he moves and shakes. But look at those little overalls. And it's felt, or fleece, it's fleece, excuse me. It's so cute. So I am going to add him to my Easter decorations, and I'm so excited. I just love this stuff. And then, where was I? I was at one of the stores, and again, I said it last week, and I will reiterate this week. So many people right now are doing the KonMari method of does it spark joy and doing the organizing and the donating and stuff. I just want to let you know that I've been out twice. I was definitely out twice in February. And both times, the stores are overrun. Like, they literally are not accepting donations, and one store had so many books outside, they didn't even bring them in, and they said free on them. And I went inside and I said, well, can I make a donation? And the lady literally rolled her eyes at me. She's like, Amanda, you're buying enough, just go, just take some books, because it's gonna snow. They're like exasperated, like they're frustrated. And I'm like, it's like, you're getting this stuff for free. Don't be mad at me for wanting to give you money for stuff. Like, anywho, I digress. I picked up 2 books that were in the free bin outside of the store because, again, inundated with donations. They cannot price and sell it fast enough. People are bringing so much stuff. And they're saying, oh, people are, you know, KonMari. And I'm like, that's a good thing. You should be happy people are doing that. But I'm not a minimalist. I am a maximalist. I like take it to the max. I try to keep things clean and organized, but I love so many things. And at this point in my life, I am in the accumulation phase. Everything sparks joy. My snowblower sparks joy. My working heater. The fact that I have running water. I mean, so I'm gonna get a couple free books if I can. So I got the Collecting Ceramic Landscapes, an entire book on the landscapes of the really awesome historical dishes and the Americana ware and stuff. I had said a couple months ago I picked up a Fractor book on American folk art, and dishware also kind of falls into that realm, but it's considered more formal because it was China and expensive to make and ship and crate and blah, blah, blah. And I picked up this book, the Better Homes and Gardens Applique book. And let me tell you, there is some hilarious mid-century, this is from 1978. Apparently 1978 is like the year for me. The Japanese cross-stitch book I showed you last week, and a couple other books I picked up are all from 1978. I don't know. Oh, so this, there was the issue of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts that I showed last week of the nautical sailors, and they had the cross stitch faces and the dolls, and I said I'd like to do those one day. Well, then I see this in the book. He has no face and he's naked. Put some clothes on him, put some stitching on his face. But this bedspread reminds me of the shapes, the geometric shapes of Pokemon. And the kind of that look, the Pokemon Go. So I was cracking up at that, the geometric shapes, but all I could think of is Pokemon. And it just had some really cool quilts. Like, look at this fun quilt. Like, I wouldn't have that in my home, but I appreciate its brilliance. This cloud, I think this cloud wall hanging has got my jam. I used to have one of those hot air balloon wall hangings. Oh, I loved it. And in my town in Maryland, there's a hot air balloon, like over in the summer, the hot air balloons are out. People pay for like hot air balloon rides. And every once in a while, I'll be out and I get to see the hot air balloons. And it's the most magical thing. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. But like here, this quilt, and it's got quail, and then this pillow with the owl. It's just really cool. And I know that, so this is what I wanted to show you. So look at how they repurposed the doilies on the quilt. And y'all, I was saying how I needed to figure out what to do with some of my doilies. Someone even earmarked it. I didn't do that. So maybe that needs to happen in 2019. I watched Carol Saltbox Stitcher, and she does the long arm quilting. And let me tell you, hashtag life goals, fantastic. She showed some of the projects that she worked on in January. I'll link her down below. Carol, oh my gosh, I want to meet her in real life. I want to meet all of you in real life. Oh my gosh, okay, I have so much more to show you. Okay, this is fiber arts related, kind of. I picked this up, and it's like a sports bra, bejeweled, bedazzled thing. And I picked this up, not because it would fit me, I'm a little top heavy, but I got it because I was trying to explain to somebody, I am in that weird age group of Clueless came out with Alicia Silverstone, the As If, and all that stuff. Like I was young, like that was my era. And they go into a store and it's like contempo casual in the movie. And I had bought this like faux, like fake leather jacket thing from Contempo Casual with like this big fur thing. And I wanted to like look like Clueless from the movie. Like I was never cool. I was never a cool kid. Like anyway. So I was trying to explain to some of my friends like Contempo Casual. It was in California. Nobody knows. I try to go on Pinterest. I'm like, that business, that thing. So when I saw this tag, Contempo Casual, I about fell on the floor. I was like, yeah, I have to buy this just to show that this store existed. This was part of my like awkward adolescence. The store, it was like pre-Hot Topic. I have proof now. I have textile proof, right? Oh my goodness. So I hope everyone has de-thawed from this polar vortex. And if you're down under in Australia, I hope that you are staying hydrated and warm and not warm. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I hope you are staying cool. I am so happy that you chose to spend some time with me this week. I feel so honored and so grateful. You know, I want to, in some small way, be a thread that connects historic needlework, corny or not, to contemporary needle art. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'll see you next week and have a happy week of stitching. Take care.